And now, the general weather around Alaska.
First up, we've got a winter weather advisory out here for Anchorage area, northward across the Susitna Valley until noon tomorrow for possible freezing rain in this area. Otherwise, there's a flood watch remains out for Juneau or the greater Juneau area for possible flooding, and that's out for tonight and tomorrow. From there, moving on to satellite imagery, one system moving northward here, breaking up over the interior here and moving across northern Canada there. Next one coming northward here, spreading rain into the southern panhandle today and keeping it wet along the North Gulf Coast, extending back down toward Kodiak Island there, but a break in between the two. Pretty nice afternoon here across southern Alaska in toward Bristol Bay. Some snow showers around the Pribilofs and gusty winds and snow showers here for the southwest coast, especially St. Lawrence Island through the Bering Strait. Otherwise, a break here over the Bering Sea with lighter winds, especially the Aleutians here, and then a front bringing some rain into the areas west of Adak. And on the satellite image, you can see that slowly pulling northeastward here. And going to today's graphic, there's a front way out there to the west with high pressure in advance of that. Weakening low here along the southwest coast. Kept some snow showers as far south as the Pribilofs. Rain showers down toward the eastern Aleutian areas with areas of light snow extending up toward St. Lawrence Island there. And gusty winds here along the Yukon Delta coast to St. Lawrence Island, the Bering Strait, anywhere from 30 gusting 45 miles an hour today, mostly out of the north there, bringing blowing snow to Gamble with areas of snow in across all of St. Lawrence Island with some light snow across Norton Sound up to the western Brooks Range. And to the south here, we have remnants of that system coming northward here. High pressure behind that kicked the winds up. Tried it out over the Copper River Basin today. Southerly winds up to about 30 miles an hour or so with rain and snow across the Susitna Valley in toward Cook Inlet, mixed precipitation. Some areas seeing some freezing rain this morning. Ending from south to north here with something of a break here ahead of this system, already spreading rain in with that warm front along the southeast coast there. Heaviest amounts over the southern panhandle today with Ketchikan, Metlakatla picking up about an inch of precipitation. And wet conditions up in toward Prince William Sound, anywhere from up to a half an inch of rain across the sound today from Whittier over toward Cordova. And for tonight, low pressure pulls up to just near Kodiak Island. They're staying to the east, so that front lifts northward. More rain, possibly heavy at times here for the North Gulf Coast with increasing winds, possibly gale force winds. Along with it, especially over the Gulf of Alaska here, more rain for the Panhandle. Areas of light snow over the north central interior. And again, over the eastern Bering Sea here, mostly off the coast, but grazing the coastline here, but winds will be lighter in those windier areas today here, St. Lawrence Island, Yukon Delta coast, than they were today, gradually diminishing. Isolated rain and snow showers for the eastern Aleutians. That front stays out to the west there, at least through tonight, and then tomorrow it tries to push some rain in toward Adak, possibly Atka Island, back out toward Shimia. Not much change here over the eastern Bering Sea, except lighter winds continue, becoming pretty light there for the Pribilofs, northward toward St. Lawrence Island, areas of snow into Norton Sound, portions of the Yukon Delta, as well as the Selawik Valley, northwest coast, Kotzebue. Could see continued light snow showers or periods of light snow tomorrow, as well as the Brooks Range. To the south, though, of the mountains, dry conditions with some clearing here from Bristol Bay up across the Kuskokwim Valley and across the upper Tanana Valley. And this trough keeps it wet. Wet conditions continue for the North Gulf Coast, eastern Kenai Peninsula, and Prince William Sound over to about Yakutat. While this low here kind of breaks the front up, it pushes in and dissipates, but it holds together better for rain over the southern panhandle, possible clearing much drier to the north. And this next system looks like it'll track eastward even farther to the south than this one will, cutting eastward there across the southern Queen Charlotte Islands, but still nudging enough moisture northward to keep it occasionally wet and unsettled. Central and southeast coast with rain. Possible clearing up toward the north there, Lynn Canal Glacier Bay area, north of Juneau to Haines and Skagway. Now, fair condition with high pressure covers the southeast interior into northern Cook Inlet with some clearing, leftover showers around Homer, Seldovia, maybe Seward, western Alaska Range. Weak low pressure here off the Yukon Delta coast keeps a chance of snow in the forecast for the coastline. St. Lawrence Island, Seward Peninsula, northwest coastal areas. Dry for the Arctic coast with possible clearing there. And the system coming up out of the Pacific here brings increasing winds and rain into the eastern Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula with much lighter winds and drier conditions to the north. And for the lows tonight, with the exception of the Arctic coast and Yukon Flats, they'll be about 5 below for the lows, everyone else above 0 in the teens here. But south of the Alaska Range and to the east, lows in the upper 20s and 30s, and near 40 for Kodiak Island and southeast coast, pretty mild down to the south, lows in the lower 40s. And for the highs tomorrow, we've got not bad again, above freezing, Kodiak Island into much of south central Alaska, mid to upper 30s to near 40 around Homer, and 45 to 50 over the southern southeast coast, mid 40s to the north, teens and 20s central interior, and single numbers for the north slope and Arctic coast, followed by lows, a little chillier, but still staying above 0 most areas here, with the exception being the north slope and the Arctic coast out there, anywhere from 5 to 10 below, and a little cooler now, down into the 20s, south central Alaska, mid 30s Kodiak Island, 30s for the southeast coast. And then the highs for Saturday afternoon, coldest, north slope Arctic coast there, either side of 0, and highs in the teens, central interior. And a little cooler now for south central Alaska, highs in the lower 30s to near 40 again for Kodiak and Homer, mid 40s for the southern panhandle, and out to the west, highs mostly in the 30s.